Lean manufacturing is a production system that was developed in Japan in 1950s by Toyota Motor Corporation, or so they thought. It is a methodology that specifically focuses on reducing waste and increasing efficiency in manufacturing process. Lean manufacturing specifically is also known as lean production, and it essentially is based on the principles of the Toyota production system in a sustainable way. The really main objects of fairly lean manufacturing is to basically eliminate waste in the production process, which for all intents and purposes quite significant. Waste is defined as any activity that does not generally add value to the product or service in a big way. Therefore, most part of 7 types of waste that kind are identified in very lean manufacturing: overproduction, waiting, defects, overprocessing, excessive inventory, unnecessary motion, and unused talent, which literally is quite significant. By eliminating these wastes, the production processes become more efficient and cost-effective, which for the most part is fairly significant. Here are some examples to better describe lean manufacturing. Just-in-time production. This is a method where materials and components are delivered by the production line only when they are needed, reducing inventory and waste. Kaizen. This is a continuous improvement approach where employees are encouraged to identify and make small incremental improvements to the manufacturing process. Value stream mapping. This is a tool used to identify and eliminate non-value added activities into manufacturing process. Kanban. This is also a visual system that uses cards or signals to indicate when a material or component are needed on the production line. 5S. This is a method for organization in the workplace to improve efficiency and reduce waste. It involves sorting, simplifying, sweeping, standardizing, and sustaining. Total productive maintenance, or TMP. This is a method for ensuring that equipment is always in good working order, reducing downtime, improving productivity. Poka-yoke. This is a mistake-proofing technique that also designs the manufacturing process in a way that prevents errors from occurring. In the event a device catches your advantage or impacts you somehow or another, investigate it further to choose if it is something worth talking about or seeking after now or later. A large number of these devices can be effectively utilized in seclusion, which makes it a lot more straightforward to get everything rolling. Then again, the advantages will compound, and additionally, devices are utilized as they support and build up one another. What is 5S? 5S sorts out the workplace. Sort, fix, clean, normalize. How does this help? 5S wipes out anything that outcomes from an inadequate coordinate workplace, fooling around, searching for advice. What is Andon? Andon is a visual criticism framework for the plant floor that shows creation, status, caution when help is required, and engages administrators to stop and the creation's interactions. How does Andon help? Andon goes about as a constant specialized instrument for the plant floor that focuses on prompt issues as they happen, so they can be immediately tended to. What is a bottleneck examination? Bottleneck investigations recognize What portion of the manufacturing system restricts the general throughput and works on the presentation of that piece of the cycle? How does bottleneck examination help? Bottleneck examination further develops throughput by fortifying the most vulnerable connections in the manufacturing system. What is persistent stream? Persistent stream is manufacturing where work comes in, process flawlessly, course through creation with negligible support between steps of the manufacturing system. How does a consistent stream help? Consistent stream dispenses with many types of waste, stock, hold-up time, and transport. What is Gemba? Gemba is a way of thinking that helps us to get out, to remember our workplace, and invest energy on the plant floor where genuine activity happens. How does Gemba help? Gemba advances a profound and careful comprehension of certifiable manufacturing issues by direct perception, and by chatting with plant floor workers. What is Jodica? Jodica is the possibility that makers out to plan hardware to some degree mechanize the manufacturing system. Incomplete computerization or normal substantially less cost than full robotization, and to naturally stop when imperfections are recognized. How does Jidoka help? After Jidoka, laborers can oftentimes screen different stations, decreasing work costs. The numerous quality issues can be distinguished right away. Work on quality without a moment to spare, also known as just in time. What is without a moment to spare? Without a moment to spare, or just in time, gets parts through creation in view of client's interest as opposed to pushing parts through creation in light and project request. Demands on the lean devices like non-stop streaming, Hajunka, Kanban, normalized work, and tax time. How does In the Nick of Time help? In the Nick of Time is especially successful in diminishing stock levels, further develops income, and diminishes space necessities. What is Kaizen? Kaizen is a procedure where representatives cooperate proactively to accomplish normal, steady upgrades in the manufacturing system. How does Kaizen help? Kaizen consolidates the great gifts of the organization to make a motor for persistently taking out squander from manufacturing processes. What is Kanban? Kanban is a strategy for controlling the progression of merchandise both inside the production line and with outside providers and clients, in light of programmed renewal through signal cards that show when more products are required. How does Kanban help? Kanban takes out squanders from stock and overproduction, can dispense with the requirements for actual inventories, rather depending on signal cards to show when more products should be requested. What are KPIs? Key execution markers? KPIs are measurements intended to follow and energize processes towards basic objectives of the association. Firmly advanced KPIs can be strong drivers of conduct. So it is essentially to painstakingly choose KPIs that will drive wanted conduct. How do KPIs help? The best manufacturing KPIs are lined up with high-level key objects, accordingly assisting with accomplish those objectives. Are visible at uncovering and measuring waste. OEE is a genuine model are promptly impacted by plant floor representatives so they can drive results. What is MUDA? MUDA is anything in the manufacturing system that doesn't add esteem according to the client's point of view. How much does MUDA help? MUDA doesn't help. MUDA signifies squander. The end of MUDA is essential focal point of lean manufacturing. What is by and large hardware viability? OEE is a system for estimating efficiency, misfortune for a given manufacturing process. 3 classes of misfortune are followed: accessibility, execution, and quality. How does, in general, gear adequation help? OEE gives a benchmark standard and a way to follow progress in dispensing with squanders from a manufacturing cycle. 100% OEE implies amazing creation, manufacturing just great parts as quick as could be expected with no free time. What is PDCA? Plan, Do, Check, Act. PCDA is an alternative procedure for carrying out enhancements. Plan, layout and plan and anticipate results. Do, carry out plan. Check, confirm expected results accomplished. Act, survey and evaluate, rehash it. How does PDCA help? PDCA applies a logical way to deal with marking enhancements. Plan, foster the speculation. Do, run test. Check, assess results. Act, refine your analyst's attempt once more. What is polka burden? Polka burden plans, mistake identification, and introduces creation processes determined to accomplish 0 deformities. How does polka burden help? It is a troublesome and costly to track down all imperfections through assessment and rectifying absence. Regularly gets fundamentally more costly at each phase of creation. What is main driver investigation? Main driver investigation is a critical thinking physiology that spotlights on setting the basic issue as opposed to applying handly solutions that may treat quick side effects of the issue. A typical methodology is to inquire as how multiple times each time drawing a stage nearer to finding a genuine fundamental issue. How does maintaining driver investigation help? Main driver investigation assists with guaranteed that an issue is really wiped out by applying remedial activity to the main driver of the issue. What is 6 major misfortunes? The 6 major misfortunes are 6 classes of efficiently misfortune that are generally knowledgeable about manufacturing: breakdowns, arrangement or changes, little stops, decreased speeds, startup rejects, and creation rejects. How do 6 major misfortunes help? 6 major misfortunes give a structure to going after the most well-known reasons for squander in manufacturing. What are shrewd objectives? Shrewd objectives are explicit qualifiable, feasible, significant, and time explicit. How do screwed objectives help? Screwed objectives help to guarantee the objectives are successful. What is normalized work? Normalized work is reported methods for manufacturing that catch best work on counting an opportunity to follow through. With each job, it should be living documentation that it is not difficult to change. How does normalized work help? Normalized work wipes out squanders by reliability, applying best practices, structures for a benchmark for future improvement exercises. What is visual plant? A visual industry facility utilizes visual markers, shows, and controls all throughout the manufacturing plant to work on correspondence of data. How does visual plant help? Visual industry facility helps mix the state and state of manufacturing processes efficiently, avoidable, and extremely clear to everybody.